my goodness! Holy sh!
Well, you've probably been able to determine by the title of this video, I'm going to try putting some ATV tires on my Mustang. Just like I did about a year ago with the knobby tires that I built for my off-roading mud mower. I didn't like those tires on my mud mower, so I made these. They are a 26-inch tall tire on a 12-inch rim. I got the tires at a swap meet in Lincoln for, I think I paid 10 bucks for the pair, amazingly. Rim is just a garden tractor rim, John Deere obviously, by the yellow paint. The center is just a center I cut out of a white spoke wheel, and just kind of like when I built the knobbies, the idea came to me to try them on the car. But these being a 12-inch wheel, when I had the idea, I was like, that's never going to fit over the brakes, over the calipers. But then when I ended up, with so much heavy offset in it here, I thought, well, maybe it will clear the brakes. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Shameful how much birch is on this. I'm going to try taking the wheel spacer off. Looks kind of badass in my opinion. Got 15 pounds of pressure in them, which is the maximum according to the sidewall. I'd like to see a little more clearance here, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just going to take it up in my field. Obviously, I wouldn't actually take this car out doing any real wheeling. They're just saying the ground clearance ain't there. I would consider taking it out into a smooth, muddy field, but that ain't gonna happen either. It's just been so dry here lately. Since like midsummer through the fall, it's been extremely dry. I don't know what's gonna happen out there in the field even, with it being so dry. If those lugs are even gonna dig in and churn anything up or not. Well, it's a couple days later, as you can see by the way I'm dressed versus the way I was dressed when I put the tires on. I waited because I was hoping for a better day. It is nicer out, definitely warmer, but I think the wind's blowing even more, and that was my main concern. But anyway, hopefully I will get someone to run my camera for me while I'm driving this. I'm not sure if that's going to happen yet today or not. I might just have to use the tripod and try to stay within the camera's reach at some point, but we'll see. It's late October now. It's kind of sad. For the summer, I've only driven this car 10 times at the most. inflation and the price of fuel. I put 91 octane in this, and that's pretty expensive, and yeah, it's been sad. I don't think I can't remember even doing a single burnout or donut with it this year. I haven't had any fun with it. I actually did have several ideas for content for the channel for this summer, some of them involving the car here, but it just never really worked out, mostly because of money issues. Also time, but then the time kind of circled back to money. I was needing money, so I was getting in more hours at work, which therefore cut away from my time for driving this or doing other projects that I wanted to do for the channel. It's just a vicious circle, isn't it? Cycle. Yeah, I'm not looking for pity. I'm sure everybody out there that's watching this has run into this year in one form or another, just not having enough disposable income that you used to have. Good luck to those of you that are having the same problem I am. Even though I went to a lot of swap meets, it really throttled back my spending at swap meets. But you got to go to swap meets because that's where you find the good deals that save you money. Over the summer, I did manage to pick up a few more projects. They weren't really stuff I was looking for. It was more of a rescue thing. If I wouldn't have bought them, they would have ended up going to scrap. A couple of trucks, a couple ATVs, a lawnmower, a motorcycle. Hopefully work on those over the winter. But anyway, I'm prattling on. I don't know if I did that right there or not. Tires don't seem to be damaged, but I can hear them rubbing once in a while. right there, it's actually warm. The tire's been rubbing on it. Oh well, it's all over now. Okay, so taking them back off, here's a little observation. This tire that was on the driver's side, it has a tube in it. I know it has a tube in it because I had one put in it. And apparently, I spun the tire on the rim because the tube is all cockeyed now. Hopefully I can solve that by just letting the air out of the tube, and maybe it'll straighten itself back out when I air it back up again. Little tap tap with the hammer and it's all good as, well, good as what it was anyway. I won't say good as new. This, on the other hand, I don't know, I let the air out and it doesn't seem to really be helping. Maybe if I air it up, maybe a little bit, but maybe if I air it up and let the air out just a few more times, it'll slowly work itself back into alignment. Or when I roll it over here and drop it on the ground, it'll just suck the valve stem in. Damn it! All back to normal. Like this whole silly backwoods thing never happened. One thing I've noticed from a year ago and today doing this, I'm running Nitto NT 555 tires front and rear. And these things are pathetic in grass. And I don't just mean wet grass, I mean any grass. These things are just sorry, pathetic bastards, which they should be because they're marketed as a street performance tire. But that's why out there it looks like the damn thing won't turn because, yeah, the front end just plows. I'm pretty much trying to steer using throttle out there. But anyway, she's all done. No damage done other than the valve stem got sucked into the wheel, but I'll get that taken care of. I know, baby. I'll miss you too. Mwah. Normally I change the oil before I put this away for the winter, but no more miles than I put on it this summer. I don't think that's really necessary. Plus, this has a road race pan on it that holds 9 quarts, and 9 quarts of synthetic oil is not cheap. Got my mirror and my intake manifold I bought for this at a Iola, Wisconsin swap meet this past summer. Maybe I'll get around to putting it on next year. I put the layer of plastic on it because the birds still get in here over the winter and they'll shit all over it, and the shit stains through the fabric cover, so that just keeps the bird shit from soaking through. I don't drape the plastic clear over the sides because I want it to be able to breathe. Any moisture can get in and out of there instead of getting trapped underneath if I would have just draped this whole piece of plastic over it from side to side. See you in the spring. Hey, whoa, hold on there. Where do you think you're going? The fun's not over yet. Oh no. Check this out. As you can see behind me, there's an old Ford truck cab. There's a tree, and there's my loader. This tree died a couple years ago, and I had vehicles around it. And so yeah, every time this summer I was up here with the loader and I had some time, I'd grab a vehicle and move it out of there with the intention of cutting the tree down. I thought it'd just be fun to see if I can drop it on this old scrap Super Duty cab. First, I think I'm just going to try to push it over. What is that? It's a shithawk. A majestic shithawk. All right. Anyway, back to business here. Like I was saying, first I'm just going to try pushing it over. We'll see how that works out. And then if that don't work, I'll break out the chainsaw and try out my lumberjack skills. Well, not nearly as much damage as I'd hoped for, but it didn't really surprise me. This tree was pretty rotten, so I figured it wasn't going to have a whole lot of weight behind it. That's why I thought there was a good chance I'd be able to push it over. Yeah, not a lot of damage. The windshield was already cracked anyway. Honestly, the only thing salvageable in this cab was the back window, and it's still good. Reason I wanted to wait till fall to do this was I'd be done mowing out here and got all this mess from the tree. So I guess it's time for me to break out the chainsaw, start cutting it up, see if I can't salvage some of this for bonfire wood or what. But yeah, that tree was pretty rotten. Would have ended up falling on my vehicles out here eventually. Wind would have blown it over. But even though that was a little bit of a disappointment, it was still more fun than just taking the tree down by itself. Well, thanks for watching, and you know the drill. Get out there, find yourself a project, have fun with it, fartwads. Later.